I stream daily, almost daily on twitch.tv/canister_mtg, so be sure to visit that if you would like to catch some of my live content. Binding on my own turn was probably slightly better. They could dash Ragavan, but that would be a relatively weak play if they did that. I didn't like firing, because then I would have to fetch Forest. And Leyline Binding wouldn't be a 1-mana card ever. Questing Druid, more like get scammed by Mengu. Am I right? You are, yeah. This decides the outcome of the match. If they have counterspell, I lose. Damn, I won. Enjoying neither cause Eva is cringe. There was one scene in Evangelion I enjoyed. It involved Shinji in a hospital bed. No i na co ja to małpy im zabijam? Should have not killed any Ragavans. My endurance, no. Now I'm gonna deck. What is this Supreme Verdict idea? Question mark. For blue-black control? Bro, I don't know what you're saying. Supreme Verdict for blue-black control, huh? Well, I have 2 Supreme Verdicts in my sideboard, yes, but it's not for blue-black control. Why? How would it be for blue-black control? Rhinos Yawgmoth. It's useful against those. Heat the Teferi? For monkey? This is the 3rd monkey. Have I decided this spelunking is good in Amulet Titan yet? I have decided it is not. But I'm probably wrong. Dead to bolt. Ledger Shredder, okay. Heat to the fire, just sparing the heats on the Faris. Certainly no counterspell in the hand ever. I don't listen to podcasts. Can you please sum up what was said about the Lucarona deck in Pioneer? Gab was just telling us it's the best deck ever. I lose to Spell Pierce now too, but it didn't seem to have anything like that. 5-mana Explorer, it was a 0-mana Explorer. Please, chat. Ginger says it's shit, but I don't trust him when it comes to new decks. Yeah, well, Ginger never likes any decks, right? So. Need to pitch Omnath now. I guess I can just take the damage. Maybe that's the way to go. Why not? Lightning bolts. Well, that's anticlimactic. Just repay bolts, you know. Was close to stabilizing. It doesn't seem like they play counter spells really in their deck, but I guess Supreme Verdict is gonna come in. The Twitch chatter who couldn't wrap their mind around Supreme Verdict, now it is your time to look, I guess. Can have one force, one time warp. Just want to kill creatures though, so this is good. So yeah, Gab was saying that he likes the Lucarona decks, but like he also frequently goes on those journeys of playing a weird deck for a long time, which is not necessarily always connected to this deck being good or not. But he liked this deck enough to keep playing with it. We're gonna play Paper Standard today, congrats. Zagoth Triome or Temple Garden? I think Temple Garden for now.
He's a phenomenal control player.
He's a phenomenal podcast co-host.
Thank you, Gab. I sure am. Thoughts on tapping the Ragavan? I don't like it. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you, Gab, for the Saberoni. Hello, Cancer, I hope you're well. Great job on the commentary on LMS. Thanks. This is the amazing list we discussed in our podcast. Yeah, actually it is. My point is seeking the beasts, though. Spell snare check. If they don't spell snare, I win the game. I guess I could also spell pierce. No nie krakuj tego fetcha jebanego, no. Mordo. Odczep się. Annul. What the fuck? Annul? Omega lul. Annul? I mean, I guess... Annul? Okay, I mean, it's not so bad, but... Annul? Annul. Annul. Matter of the living is tragic, but matter of the idea is unforgivable, said Janusz. Janusz. Have I considered running Sunfall over Verg like you guys talked about in the pod? No, I think Sunfall is absolutely unglued and Supreme Verdict is pretty great against Rhinos, which is a relevant upside. How do they have one card in their hand? What happened? I can't force this because I don't have double blue, unfortunate. That's a really good last card to have. Preordain and Unholy Heat, come on, bro. Counterspell, okej. Bucia? Co ty gryziesz? Bułka, no, co mnie bijesz? Pazurem. Za co? Czym sobie tak zasuszyłem? Can cycle the ice. I guess punished for not fetching Zagoth Triome with my Force of Negation in my hand. Because if I could force this and there would be nowhere here, so maybe a misstep. I think it's really funny when you say your ice when casting ice. Okay. Didn't even end up casting their Preordain from Seeking the Beast. That's crazy. Oh. Why is everyone playing Questing Druid now? Well, Merc-type players are. It's because it's allegedly okay. Can I get an island of the top? I'll take it. Seems good. Damn, 5% rate from Nitox _ Thank you. I mean, Questing Druid makes this deck feel absolutely non-threatening. Like, I still might lose, but there was a way in which Merktide felt giga-threatening to me all the time. And this deck is like, yeah, I like cantrip and actually that's all I do. I swapped the druid for Bowmaster and felt really good. Interesting. Bowmaster just being a flash creature makes more sense with the card counterspell. This could be useful. They play Merktide in their deck. Oh no, they suck the best. Wait, I should have forced this. XD. I should have forced this. Whoops. Should have waited for them to surveil. Endurance can ambush a DCR, but probably just gonna cast it now for mana efficiency. Maybe play Solitude afterwards and attack them. Have 2 creatures, seems good. Alright, I'll play this instead. Yesterday was thirsty. Shouldn't you, in response to the Surveil cast Endurance, they don't have 2 mana to counter spell? Well, he didn't. Probably attacking his board. Why in response to Surveil? So mean that it wouldn't make a land drop, yeah, but they didn't, so. With Beans, I'm just playing control and seek the beasts. Pucha. Bros is saying it's 12 years old, just like Rebecca Black was when it was recorded. Were they exile? Bolt Ragvagan? Okay. She was actually 14. Damn. I think my list could appreciate a dispute or two. Versus Murktidos. It's going face? No, on Solitude. I guess it doesn't make sense to go face when the Solitude is gonna gain life back. P. Oh no, the Nimble Pilferer. Interesting draw. Let's go up the Beanstalk and hardcast Solitude. Or probably not. The Nipple Pilferer. God, I wish. Let's cast Ancestral Recall. Let's cast under Ancestral Recall. Just need to find an Omnath to gain a life point. And we're gonna be absolutely safe. Ever had the quad bean board canny? It's actually relatively common. It's not too hard to get to that state. You both are fired. You're both fired, rather. Pressing Merkta in a bean economy. I mean, it's like the card Merktide is pretty bad against the Beans deck. So it actually makes sense. In a way. Well, Blood Moon is, you know, hit or miss as it's always been against 4-color decks. Can you delve when it's in exile? What does that mean? What's in exile in this scenario? Really enjoyed watching Super League. Excuse me if it's been asked, but what is Mountain in the sideboard for? I don't play the Mountain anymore. I just had it in there for the Super League. That was because Doomwake has been playing a decent amount of coffers, so I've been thinking that he might be bringing coffers to the tournament. And then I wanted to have an extra basic, so I even played a second island instead of Boseiju in the main deck. And I just had an extra Mountain. I thought the 5th basic is gonna be Mountain. If it's against coffers anyways, I can fetch it with Field of Ruin. I don't need to have red fetches in my deck, and it lets me cast Omnath even if all of my non-basics get destroyed, and it lets me cast Time Warp even if all of my non-basics are destroyed, so that was my idea. But I wouldn't play the Mountain, and like I wouldn't expect a quarter of the field to play coffers. But then he ended up not playing coffers anyway, so. It's questing Druid Real. Well, kinda. Sort of. I mean, it doesn't seem like a terrible card, but the deck is certainly kinda weird. Your Beans list is kinda based. I still play against BBE every day. Yeah, BBE is like... It's just so odd to me. I don't get it. But maybe you want to restructure it in a way where I have something better than Force of Negation against Murktide. But out of those cards, I think Force of Negation #1 is the best. On the draw. What if they're gonna spell pierce my Beans and annul my Shardless Agent? On turn 3. There's a 2 spell. The first thing we do is Shardless Agent and then Omnath. Has to be a mulligan. This is better. I want to keep basic island. So I'll go Zagoth. Maybe Triome if I want to bind on turn 2, or if not, I'll go Zagoth into... I probably can put back Misty. Having an island is gonna be acceptable, because it's gonna be either Triome or Zagoth Sacred Foundry island, which is not the best, but... Okay. Boseiju. Phantom of the Opera. Now he's supposed to be Raugrin into Boseiju, play Up the Beanstalk. Then Zagoth with Leyline Binding on the next turn. I will play out Boseiju as a land, most likely. I assume I play the Bean, maybe I don't play the Bean. Spell Snare, Spell Pierce, Annul. So it's just like Spell Pierce that I'm playing around. If I don't play it, so probably better to play it. Skandir for Throne and Mirror only. One against the Amulet. But it's kind of narrow. It's not even the greatest in the mirror. I like bring one against the mirror. So it's like against Tron only, really, where it's actually good. And then I played against Tron yesterday, and my opponent brought in Walking Ballista, Cityscape Leveler, and probably... I don't know if I play Agent here. Let's get Zagoth into... Trap this. So I cut down to 2 Commandeer. I had 4 at first. It's really good against the card One Ring, and that's kinda it. I don't know how I could play with no upkeep stop. It's too vital for gameplay. Annul. Omega Lul. I like Maelstrom Pulse in this meta. Well, I mean, I think pulses back onto your own permanents, right? Right, it pulses back onto your permanents too. You have a counter spell. Like for real this time. Up the Beanstalk. Let's draw a card. Resolve my agent. And now you die. I played any Yawgmoth sideboards. So honestly, yeah, it makes sense. Why Ingot Chewer over third Force of Vigor? Because Force of Vigor sometimes it's extremely unwieldy and it doesn't answer everything too well. For example, let's say we are playing against... Wow, what did I draw? Somebody who has one artifact in their deck, and that artifact is Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Then do you want to use Force of Vigor to deal with that? No, it's really bad to do that. So it's against Rhinos, Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, Maelstrom Pulse in the Yawgmoth actually sounds kind of legit. I like that. So yeah, in this game they play only the... This game they're only playing the blue-red cards, not seeking any beasts, and suddenly the deck is better. We have Force of Negation, can't force that though. BB and Pulse coming back to Modern Nature's healing. I think BB is exiting, it's only came back because of Spike Stream. But it's being back to irrelevance. How many green sources are in this deck? Because I see them not have green like by turn 7 very often. It's not too many, right? One pool, really?
He's a phenomenal control player.
Hey, did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 303 tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks, and with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one.
I actually knew that. They also know they also have impressive base stats and access to acid armor. I guess you said that. But it could be rough with one. Any funny stories from Sofia you're willing to share? I don't think so. It was a deeply unfunny event. Oh, breeding pool. No, I had fun, but there's no funny stories. That's different, I think. Given the amount of yawning on the stream, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much did you party hard at night, chat? I really yawn so much in Sofia. Were you watching the stream? I thought it was just a little yawn here and there. Let's give my opponent a chance. I just played Slay the Spire until 1:30 a.m. There's also a time zone difference between Sofia and Polandia, so it made it harder to, go to sleep reasonably because I had to play Slay the Spire and Ragavan first, then Seek the Beast, reveal Spell Pierce, Mishra's Bubble. Okay. Beast has been Seeken. Buy Pikmin 4 for our next journey. Have Dead Cells, which I played a little bit of and seemed pretty cool to play in a few other games still, so if I run out of them, I'll maybe get Pikminos. Totally misfired on Heat against Omnath earlier. I think that lost me the game. Well, I wouldn't crack the fetch. Bro, do you think I would just crack the fetch? No, they didn't miss the fact I had the fetch in play, but I played a fetch pre-Omnath to wait, right? I didn't need to. What are you playing, Shatun? Whoops. So that's how we're gonna roll, huh? Aye, what to do now? With triple Lrien. Oh yeah, Commandeer also comes in against Burn. Can't forget that matchup. The dreaded life mill. Ah, that's horrible. It's Friday gay. Really, I don't know what possessed Maro to print this card. Just such a hateful piece of non-interaction. 2 copies. I need immersion pools now. My hand is just blanks. Every day we thank Maro for rolling Vortex. What a pitiful life. Omnath to save me somehow. I don't know if it's possible. They miss their land drops. They have 2 burn spells, but maybe they have to. Maybe we draw fetch. They have to pay mana. They have to deal 1 to creature. Gdzie tam kurwa Boros Charma ma wiadomo, bo co ma innego mieć. Burn is kinda okay right now until people play Firewalker Cascade in 2. I played Firewalker Cascade for... I've played a Firewalker to Cascade into for... I don't know, like 10 matches or 2 prelims or something, but... then I cut it. I didn't even play against Burn. It was bad against Burn. If you Cascade into Firewalker, you still take 5 from Vortex. That is indeed true. Die 1 time warps against Burn, is that actually like a useful thing? Does that matter? I have trouble deciphering that. Island, probably painless land. Honestly good to board in. Those removal spells seem to suck. Commandeer is probably just bad too. Seldy seems fine for a turn 1 guy. To an extent it does, yeah. There's more blue for Commandeer, which I cut. Actually no, Subtlety for a turn 1 guy is not good. They put it on top, it still attacks you on turn 2. And I'm over prepped for creatures. Kinda. Anyways, so. You are iced. Shh. Oh. Pass? Well, I iced them. Oh no. Bro, that's why I keep requesting things that cannot be embedded. Should win this game. Jezus, no. Vortexiarz. What the fuck? Well. Fire you? Might you want to save time or until you have Solitude out for life gain? Maybe I did, but I ended up not doing that. I don't love that. You don't have a land. I could ice the canyon. To display second vortex pre-combat otherwise. Ice the canyon. Go to 1. And to draw a land. Wait the Teferi over Solitude. I don't know. But probably should have sold to that. But I could have kept Force of Negation too. Are we not icing? I am icing. The land. Just so that they cannot block my life gain. Because their hand is a rolling vortex and it's something that's not a... not a land. I'm gonna gain a solid amount of life. Or will I? Don't have a land. You can fetch. Yeah, I know. But if I make a land drop, I can. But I failed to draw a land in 2. An alternative comes to mind is to Teferi bounce rolling vortex. If I play Omnath, if I draw a land, it's great. Can also Solitude to draw. Yeah, but that deals me 5 damage, so it's not so good. Because of the trolling vortex. So if this draws me a land, it's insanely good. If I play this... Well, if we... Whatever, chat. Install to your own guy to gain 2 life. Bro, I almost want to do it right now to show you that Rolling Vortex has a triggered ability. If this draws me a land, then I'm winning. If this bounces this, then I get to Solitude. Get to hit one of the vortexes, I get to draw plenty. I'm on 1 life, I have to counter every other place for a turn. Or Solitude my Shardless Agent, which is +2, is not very relevant. I'm punished for playing the fetch. Seems like the Omnath line hit a land is more Teferi to bounce rolling Omnath and hopefully draw a land into Solitude Omnath Shardless. Is that like arrows or greater than? Is it actually Roiling Vortex? It's Roiling Vortex because it represents the Roil, which is a phenomenon on Zendikar. Bro, how much mana do I have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I have a fetch land here. So I think we play Omnathos. And we hit a land dropos. Let's go. Kurwa, no nie może człowiek raz dobrać lądzika. I don't know, I'm gonna fall down to 1 when I was playing this Misty Rainforest, but maybe I should have kept it in my hand. Because if I kept it in my hand, then it would be easy. It would go play Misty, fetch Forest, get to 4 life, Teferi bounce this, Solitude, Omnath, or like just hardcore Solitude and Shardless, whatever. Force up. Well, rather ready to pitch for the fast rolling vortex. And before I time out with lethal damage because I spent a minute rolling the chair up. I don't know what to keep, but Lrien feels Murderous Cut, so let's keep Lrien. Oh no, not the Black Cliff Cleaves. Oh, you know, let's fetch plains then. This Black Cliff Cleaves then could be Blood Moon. Gonna find Zagoth. Don't worry, they must be on Gab's John BTL, but that's a Pioneer deck. And we are in a modern Prelim, so I think we're instead getting Thought Seized, yeah. Will I give Amulet Titan another try, or did I fully convert it to the beans? Well, I'll keep playing Amulets every now and then, if I feel like it. But for now, I'm kind of being converted because Amulet is strong, but this is not convenient, but pretty silly, but okay, great draw. That was a great draw. Because pitching the phone here with the mana was a little bit rough. Beans have more riz. They for sure do, yeah. Sorry, boys. Nice. No. Titan's way cooler than Beans. Actually, I agree. Titan is cooler. It's just that it's weaker. Dawaj to Grifa. Okay, I'll go Teferi bounce the Shaman. Ah! What the fuck? That sneaky little monkey. Was that on purpose? What am I supposed to do now? Was that on purpose? I don't know. Let's go Teferi bounce the Shaman. Okay, they take a Ragavan hit for no reason, but it's for sure very awkward. Damn. It's very inconvenient. It's so bad. It's so bad. What do we think of approach of the second Sun-sided Beanstalk build? Time Warp seems better. As a solution to those problems. Approach is extremely unwieldy. Right, don't Bowmaster me, and we're gonna be fine. And I will not mind your earlier move this game, my opponent. If I'm gonna draw one, chat, it's free. It's free and it's actually draw two, so like, it's actually a great play here, and I'm gonna be at like 10,000 cards right now. So please do not underestimate what we're doing here, because we are actually just popping off and it's incredible.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Would I lose to Baron? Baron's a rough matchup. And I guess even the technology of Core Firewalker is not gonna be that good, because you can't always answer their card, so there's no solution. And it's pretty hard to hardcast Core Firewalker. Wow, that game ended quite suddenly. Yeah, it's because I cast 2 Time Warps, which were +1 card every single one of them. Beans is also bad versus Kalakut. I don't mind Kalakut because with Commandeer, Force of Negation, I have enough stack interaction, and then I get to prolong the game for a little bit, and then I get to Time Warp, combo them. Against Baron, you don't get the time to Time Warp them as much. Also, I can spike Kalakut with Crumble to Dust, and that's mostly winning too. What is Force of Vigor for? Mirror? It's for artifacts and enchantments. I board 1 in the mirror. Maybe even 2 is good because it certainly has its moments. It's not like giga great always. I'm not sure if Time Warp is like isn't actually just kind of fine against Scam, but I think being a little bit unwieldy in the early turns means it is. I only board 1 subtlety, so maybe we can rethink the slots. Do I side out Beans? No. Just bring in Totem when I have the Totem for Yawgmoth. And I will cascade into it sometimes, and that's it. Let's have 2 subs over a Teferi. But no, I never intend to side out Beans. Force of Vigor also against every Urza Saga stack is pretty great here. I think I don't want to shock. Sometimes when Canister answers a question, he sounds like Kimi Raikkonen. I don't know who's that. What does your helmet mean to you? It protects my head. Well, that's, yeah, what I mean. It's just sometimes I'm gonna get a question. Why do you have like this card that exiles? I want to subtlety this. You know, why do I have a life gain card in my sideboard? Well, you know, sometimes I have cards in my deck that I also just put there for a purpose, like type of an effect that I most in a matchup. So sometimes that is how I build that. Do I care to sub this? Probably no. Scales are giga chad right now. Yeah, Force of Vigor really good against scales though. Temple Garden gone, sad. Maybe fetching a Plains was a good idea, honestly. It probably was. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna lose to the Blood Moon now. Making a treasure makes sense with Blood Moon in hand. Might have been a throw. Wait, so do you do side in Force of Vigor in the mirror? I started doing that after I got Force of Vigored by Yawgmoth once, and I thought, damn, that's actually really effective. Yeah, that seems like Blood Moon to me. So bad. So bad of me not to do that. Well, do you think Beans makes a folklore deck favored versus Titan? No. But I do think that playing Force of Vigor subtleties and the Time Warp combo makes a deck favored against Titan. The Beans itself, Beans Ring doesn't really matter against Titan. Same thing. You're fired, Dragavan. Any consideration for Eagles over Lrien? Well, Lrien is both a better spell and a better pitch card, so no consideration. Did I enjoy commentating in Sofia? Was there any remnant of the desire to play in such tournaments? There was. I enjoyed it. Alright, if I only fetch a planes, but I guess I hadn't, so... Too bad. Is it a better pitch card? Bro, I'm playing a Force of Vigor, Force of Negation Commandeer deck. For purpose of Commandeer, at least, for sure it is. But yeah, I have more blue pitch cards and I'm more interested in pitching those blue cards. I don't want to pitch Solitude, really. If I don't need to. That's like how you play Solitude, right? You play it for 5 mana if you can. If only Force of Vigor was 5 CMC and Force of Negation. Negation I'm fine with being free. Free is very hard castable. But Force of Vigor at 5 would be better, yeah. So yeah, Eagles... I played with Timeless Dragon for a moment and it was just 2 mana to plane cycle. It was too much mana. What were they thinking when they printed 5 mana Time Walk? They probably thought, what would be neat to make a 5 mana Time Walk? I guess. Maybe they had thought something else though. Ay. Can't cast the beans. What a throw it was that second game though. Kinda hate that. Pitch a Voidwalker. Since they didn't play Bowmasters. Fetching planes is too bad for me though, I think. Just in general. Because I have 2 planes in play, I don't have Omnath mana. Fury. Not dead after all, okay. So we're up against 1 card. Isn't it better to cast Cane to Beans instead of drawing them? That's actually not true. Not necessarily. Didn't save Grief, seems like. Maybe they drew the combat trick. Alright, don't wound me. Don't terminate my Omnath, I guess. Just don't play anything. It's my proposition to you, my friend. No. No, I threw that game 2 so hard against Moon. I can draw Solitude though. So every asshole's playing this deck now. 14-day timeout. Come back in 2 weeks after you learn some manners, my dear friend. I don't know what you meant though, but... I got cheesed by Moon twice, but... Really, game 2 was so bad. I didn't play the fetch for planes, which would be just... stabilizing me for the entire game. So now I get to play against True Hero MTG, and I will not be bullied by Modo, and I will just simply draw a land, because I'm not a little bitch. Well, I am. I don't really want to draw a Triome, so... What's the deal with Polluted Delta? Always lucky. I wasn't lucky this game, I just wasn't unlucky for once. Honestly, if you say that, just kind of disingenuous. Set Grief Ephemerate. What did he pitch? Grief. Fabua, okay. True Hero is typically playing the Atraxa Reanimator thing, yeah. Gonna hit the Fable, so I cannot discard Atraxa and summon Atraxa, that would be an issue. Is Sinister doing this on purpose? Like, the odds of the games that keeps falling on purpose for you to download this game is Cancer Shielding. Does this mean he'll get richer and be happier? Yeah. His Blood Crypt was untapped, so... What's the deal with the untapped Blood Crypt? Could play Teferi, maybe, but I think setting up second beans with the Solitude in hand. Teferi could bounce the Leyline Binding, but that's 4 mana instantos. Otawara, okay. Okay. A double beans in hand, I don't need the Shardless Agent, seems like an inefficient way to spend my mana. Imagine if Cascade was cast spells that cost more. That would be good design. Cascade can potentially do that. Well, it's like X or more, right? But I guess you could nerf, you could like word it this way. I think I'm gonna win. Unless my opponent match from pulses my Leyline Bindings. I just mean new Cascade is entirely cards with the ability CMC. Well, yeah, but it's tied to... It's still 5 or less, right? So it wouldn't cascade into less. Is he playing Bowmasters? I think last time I thought they're not gonna play Bowmasters, and they did.
Control player.
Give me back my SR privileges.
Enjoy your SR privileges. I said this is 62, maybe 1 commandeer for the lulz, but... Can you commandeer a Fable? Does it come back under your control or their control? Probably reading a Fable would explain that. But Fable is kind of trash, so I don't really want to steal it. Why don't you play Fury? Arguably one of the best cards in Beans, because I wouldn't argue that. It's a bit of a loaded question if you ask it this way, but I don't think it's... Like, maybe it's individually like a great card, but it doesn't make sense in the deck. Oftentimes it doesn't make sense in the deck if you construct it in some ways. Oh, I don't have a stop, but floating mana actually works. That's nice. Spike plays Fury, so by Twitch consensus, it is the right card to play. Democracy, yeah. True. I'll cast it to, you know, trade resources. It's a free spell with a huge impact. Well, I have plenty of removal in my deck. I have plenty of everything in my deck. I want to have a deck with a plan. Fury would be just more removal, while I'm more so interested in, you know, having a plan to win the game with time warps. Spike plays Fury with 9 total red cards. Okay. I think you can do that, but I don't want to do that, so I don't. Like, by no means I think Fury is bad to play, but I also think that by no means it is an auto-include, so I've been happy not playing with it. Maybe bouncing it is bad, but Point can hardcast Atraxa now. Or can they? Yeah, maybe bouncing next turn, but then if my Teferi gets removed, I don't know. Seems like I'm fine regardless, so. No, attracts a hardcast. Maybe I'll draw something to pitch for force. I did. Great showing from True Heroes deck. Legacy League in the near future? No Legacy Leagues, no. So if I played around Moon, it would be a free one. So I'm literally 4-4 in 2 past prelims with this deck, but actually I'm 7-1. So that's a good record. Got a lot of RCQs in the coming weeks, and that 300 plus players tournament in France. I don't know what's that. Not sure what to